another bus because our bus left and we're in their bus, but this bus doesn't work, so we're waiting for another bus. But I guess, you know, things happen.
Welcome to Las Vegas, or at least that's where we're starting today. It's a bright and early morning, and we are going to be trading the strip lights for some breathtaking heights. I'm Danny702, and in today's episode, we are hitting the road. I'm actually heading to a spot that I have never been before, but I've been asked about many a times.
We're diving deep into the reality of taking a tour bus from Las Vegas to the Grand Canyon West. I'm going to share with you the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly when it comes to taking this popular excursion. Was it the breathtaking adventure I hoped for? Should you add on the Skywalk? And what happens when the bus breaks down? Stick around because I'm about to share with you my detailed experience, so let's get into it.
It's about a 2.5-hour drive, but we teamed up with the Comedy on Decks tour so that I don't have to do any of the driving or any of the worrying. They have the whole day set up for us. You heard that right. It's a comedy tour bus, so there should be plenty of laughs along the way. I think it's going to be about 85 degrees today, so I think we're going to have a beautiful day to visit the Grand Canyon West.
Our adventure begins at the Excalibur Hotel as our pickup. Our pickup time is 7 a.m., so bright and early.
Alrighty, superstars, you made it!
Woo!
Oh my gosh!
Very easy pickup, just gave her name, hopped on the bus. The bus is very spacious, air conditioned, that's very important. And there is a restroom on board.
And we were given some breakfast cards here because our first stop, we're going to go to a local breakfast spot.
Show of hands if you're going to be seeing the Grand Canyon for the first time ever in your life today. That's nearly everybody. That's most of the bus. Spoiler alert, it's grand. We're a little different because all the tour guides for Comedy on Deck will also work in stand-up comics. Robbie Aces from the box, say hello to me. Hey.
Our first stop is still in town. We're stopping at the Welcome to Las Vegas sign. Get a quick photo. What a beautiful day too. Check out this itinerary. It is a full day. Courtesy hotel pickup and drop off. We are stopping for breakfast along the way. There is a visit to Hoover Dam Memorial Bridge. And once we get to the Grand Canyon West, we have access to multiple areas, and we will also have a scenic barbecue lunch at the Grand Canyon Rim. And the whole time we have a comedian tour guide, all included for the price of $149 for adults. But we opted for the add-on to do the Skywalk.
It's 7:50 right now, and that's normally when it says we're leaving breakfast, but we're still here on the strip. Now, since you made really early in the morning, if you're like me, you might have skipped breakfast, but they have you covered with your second stop. We are here in Henderson, and we stopped at the Omelet House. We already ordered with our little card in the morning, so they should have our meals ready to go. We got about a half hour. It is currently 8:25. The food came really, really quick. I got the biscuits and gravy meal, which looks like it comes with scrambled eggs, 2 strips of bacon, and some kettle chips, and of course I ordered a coffee. Bellies are filled. Now it's time to head on in the rest of our journey. The journey itself is part of the experience. Typically when you make this drive from Las Vegas, it's about 2.5 hours with no stops. Here's a quick look at the bus before we head out to the Hoover Dam. It's a pretty large bus. VIP style seating, very comfortable, very spacious. I noticed when we sat down we had these little foot stands. It does come with air conditioning on the top. I see there's also lighting. You do have storage underneath the bus for larger items. Like for instance, if you were checking out of your hotel room and you had all your luggage with you can actually store that underneath, but they do have overhead storage as well for some smaller items. And then in the very back, we have a restroom. It is a bus bathroom. Very handy to have. I see that there are TV screens. We haven't used them though because our comedic guide has been entertaining us this whole time. And your first point of interest is going to be here at the Hoover Dam Memorial Bridge. We're going to climb all the way up there and take a look over to the Hoover Dam. I have taken you guys here before. Actually, we have done a full video on our drive from Las Vegas to the Grand Canyon South Rim. Now, if you do that, it's about a 5.5-hour drive without stopping. But I showed you guys some of the best stops doing that drive. It was just Eddie and I, no tour or anything. We got to do Route 66. We did a mountain coaster, and of course, one of the stops here at the Hoover Dam. I mean, even a quick stop here is always breathtaking, and it's on the way.
We are at the Nevada-Arizona border. Right here. We head back to Nevada to head to Arizona.
Welcome to Arizona!
It's been a pretty quick and easy drive. Eddie's enjoying it. He's not driving, so he can actually look around.
Guys, we got 10 minutes at a gas station mart. It's 11 o'clock, 4 hours since we got picked up at 7. Now, I did overhear that they picked up us last. So, they do stop at Circus, they stopped at Treasure Island, and then the Excalibur. And from that last stop, we've been driving just a little while. We're here in called Dolan Springs, about 50 minutes to get up to the Grand Canyon West of places that I would stop at if I was driving. Ooh, hot diggity down. One of the spots that they make sure that we can see along the way is going through the Joshua Tree Forest and the Black Mountains. And check it out, we have arrived at the majestic Grand Canyon West. It is 12:40. They gave us 3 hours and 20 minutes to explore and then to be back at the bus. Our entrance fees are already taken care of and everything with the price of the bus. You're gonna get into a line to get on another shuttle. You have to take the Grand Canyon West shuttles to get around. We've made it to the Grand Canyon West. Your first drop-off is here at Eagle Point, which is known for its incredible rock formation that resembles an eagle in flight. 4,000 feet above the Colorado River, this majestic view has been a special point of interest for the Hualapai people. You can see there in the very middle, it's like the eagle's got his wings spread open. This is a cool area where you can walk along the rim, and it offers breathtaking 360 views of not only Eagle Point, but the Grand Canyon, of course. This area is also where you're gonna find the Skywalk, which we did as an add-on. It's an extra $30, but it is an easy add-on once you get your tickets to the tour. There's a cafe up here, a restaurant up here. Beautiful views. You really don't have to do the Skywalk to get the amazing view, but I definitely want to check out that bridge. One thing about the Skywalk, though, is that I cannot bring a camera. You actually cannot bring anything in here. So I'm gonna have to leave you guys in a locker. Luckily, the lockers are free. Phone, purse, everything. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. I just got done with the Skywalk, and it was pretty freaking crazy. It was a little hard to enjoy because I was so scared. They did have a comparison chart, and the Eiffel Tower is just above 1,000 feet for the very, very top, and the Sky Bridge looking directly down is 4,000 feet above the Colorado River. But the horseshoe-shaped bridge extends a staggering 70 feet out over the canyon, and it's a glass floor, so it offers you a direct view of 4,000 feet down to the Colorado River. They actually give you booties, so that way you don't scratch the glass. At least I can say I did it. Will I do it again? I don't know, because you can still see this pretty incredible view without it. Above where they do the Skywalk, there is also a restaurant. I think we're gonna get food at a different spot though. This is more of a sit-down restaurant. I think we're gonna do something that's a little bit more quick, but check this out. Our next stop will be Guano Point, offering yet another distinct and stunning perspective of the Grand Canyon West. This area has a fascinating history, going back to days where they had an old tramway system used for mining bat guano decades ago, hence the name. They weren't kidding when they said no safety rail. That is like pretty much straight down. Wow. What an incredible view though. So another lunch area here, and this is where we're gonna grab something to eat. It's pretty wild how the landscape changes at each spot. So Guano Point offers more of a rugged view. There are little trails that you can walk. We're gonna do that because I think it offers you a little bit of a different perspective. So you will be walking on really rough and rocky terrain, so definitely bring some good shoes. Don't forget your sunscreen and water. However, the Comedy on Deck tour does give you endless water bottles. That's incredible. Wow. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. So there's the Colorado River. That is a nearly straight down view. I don't want to get too close to the edge there, but oh my gosh, yeah, this is an epic view. This is exactly what I needed. Just this quiet, silent moment out here in the sun. Beautiful weather today, but especially with that view. During the 1930s, a boater passing through the canyon discovered a cave which was later found to be rich with guano. And the material was rich with nitrogen and very useful as fertilizer. In 1957, they began to construct the tramway to extract the guano from the mine, utilizing a cable that spanned the canyon at 7,500 feet, and it was mined until the 1960s. And a few months later, the cable was damaged by an Air Force jet's tail and then never reopened.
And which view do you like more, the Eagle or the Guano Point?
This one's for it.
Yeah, this is incredible. It's nice because it's not insanely busy. I feel like it could get really busy though. It's currently a Friday and the weather is perfect for this. 3.5 hours, we did the Skywalk, we're gonna eat, we did both points. I think is a decent amount of time. We have this nice quiet moment to ourselves. This is cool.
Pulled pork or fire braised chicken, or you can get curry vegetables. Normally it's $25, but it is included with our tour.
A biscuit, looks like mashed potatoes and gravy, and some corn. I think this is the cherry on top. Look at this amazing view. I don't know if I've ever had a meal with such a beautiful view before. So that was nice. Breakfast is included, lunch is included, your drive is included, all for $149. I did see on their website too, as I was browsing around for a little while, after a couple of minutes of just being on the site, a 7% discount came up. So that saves you about $10. But this is pretty fantastic.
Let me hear you guys. Here we go. Really, really fast. The Grand Canyon roller coaster.
And like any good attraction, you exit through the gift shop.
7 minutes until 4. We started 7 a.m. at the Excalibur. They actually did have 2 buses, and the other bus left before us. So you can see that bus is already left from the Grand Canyon West too. So probably just depends on how many people are on your bus, how slow getting on and off and whatnot, but you still will get the same amount of time pretty much at each stop.
And this is where something seemed a bit off and the whole trip took a huge turn.
We're having some sort of a delay on the bus. So earlier when I mentioned that there were 2 buses and how the other one had left early, they actually took our bus because there was something wrong with their bus, which we are currently sitting in just to sit in. I guess at least they're being safe and not just cruising off in a bus that something's wrong with. An hour after when we were supposed to leave, the other bus is probably about home. We're waiting for another bus because our bus left and we're in their bus, but this bus doesn't work, so we're waiting for another bus. Oh, but I guess, things happen.
Got a bus. We're heading out. Time to get back on the road and head back towards Vegas.
And we're going to roll as fast as is safe. And we can do that.
5:20.
All right, guys. I know you're overheated.
See how long it takes us to get back.
It's a longer day already.
Gotta be honest, you can tell that this is a backup bus. Definitely tighter, a little older.
Whatever was wrong with that last one. I mean,
It wasn't our bus, it was our other bus.
it was it wasn't our original bus. It was the bus that left before. There was a whole bunch of swapping and all this stuff going on.
Originally, we should have been back at 6 o'clock, maybe a little later, since our bus was running a bit later. And it's 5:30 and we really left. So
Make room for things that could happen, or you could have been on the other bus and been home early.
Palace, ladies and gentlemen.
Right here
we
on
are
the
back in
border.
Nevada. Heck yeah, we made it.
7:37, and we made it back.
It just was the very end. We got a little stranded, quote unquote, for about an hour. I mean, I could use that in the title, put myself in front of the bus like, oh, my bus broke down. We're gonna keep positive though because it was a really cool trip.
Now that I've had time to collect my thoughts, let's break down the reality of a Grand Canyon bus tour from Vegas, but not just specific to my experience, because let's face it, travel has its ups and downs for everyone. First off, the sheer freedom of no driving. Not having to navigate unfamiliar roads or getting a car rental or spending on gas, that is a huge win. So for Eddie, who typically does the driving on our trips, he had the chance to just kick back and enjoy the views. Second, for someone who usually orchestrates every detail of every trip, not having to map out routes or our stops was pretty darn convenient and stress-free. Number 3, the all-in-one price. Admission fees, breakfast, lunch, water, gas, it all can add up very quickly, and having it all bundled into one cost just simplified things. And finally, a specific shout out to my tour. Having a comedic guide like Robbie was a major plus. His humor made the drive there fly right on by. Now for the bad. The areas where the bus tour experience has its limitations. Firstly, the lack of control over the itinerary. While not having to plan was initially good, there were a few stops that personally I could have done without. Secondly, time. 3 hours and 20 minutes at the Grand Canyon felt a tad rushed. I would have loved to explore a bit more slowly. We still made it in time with 8 minutes left, but I was a bit rushed at each spot. But mostly if you want to do an add-on experience like the Skywalk or the sit-down restaurant. Now let's talk about the ugly, which for us, breakdowns. Thankfully, this is rare, but things can happen. If your tour bus breaks down, you're at the mercy of their repair time or their timeline of when a replacement bus can arrive. Breakdowns can happen with rental cars or even your own vehicle. So, in our case, this could kind of fall into the good. That might be a question that you want to ask the company before you take a tour. What's going to happen if the bus breaks down? Did experience over an hour-long delay, which was frustrating, but honestly, it could have been so much worse. What if there was no backup? I am thankful that they had a backup bus, and more important, we got home safely. So while the day had unexpected bumps, I got to experience the incredible Grand Canyon, and was it worth it? Absolutely. Ultimately, it's a trade-off, and knowing the potential of the good, the bad, and the ugly will help you decide if a bus tour to the Grand Canyon from Las Vegas is a right adventure for you.
But thank you so much for watching. Until next time, please subscribe for more adventures in Las Vegas and the surrounding areas like the Grand Canyon, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.